A day in my life working from the Google LA office. Grab some candy from the reception before heading in. I head to the coffee shop to grab some coffee and a fruit cup since I missed breakfast, and then I'm heading over to this butterfly themed room to take my first meeting. Then I'm gonna head over to the confetti room to take my next meeting. It's so sparkly and beautiful in here. I love that a lot of our rooms are themed. I'm gonna grab my two favorite drinks, which is this green tea and coconut water. Next, I'm gonna go upstairs and grab some lunch. They always have pizza and a variety of different vegetables and meat. The food is always really good, and of course, everything you see in the office is free.
Everything you see in the office is free.
On my way out of the cafe, I ran into a Googler, which is a dog Googler. And ran into some ghosts.
When they were renovating
the office, there were a lot of spooky stories from the crew, so there's a whole area in the office where you can listen to them. Then I got more work done and headed over to the massage chairs to wrap up my day. Let me know what you want to see next.
You know, I made a video a while back with a set of recommendations that I thought Hasbro should use for the people they should fire. Right? It was a set of recommendations, and most of it had to do with the SJWs, the woke tards, the woke idiots. And then, come to find out, in the G.I. Joe classified line, one of the people Hasbro got rid of was the dude everybody was making fun of, calling him Dr. Mindbender or whatever. He had all the rings and everything. He was the lead designer. Think about that for a second. The line that we love, the sculpts that we have come to admire, the guy who was responsible for that, they fired. Think about that shit for a second. Really take that in. The line that we love, I'm saying it again, the sculpts in that line of the characters we grew up loving, the detail, the depth in the faces, the scarring, the stories that basically were told just by looking at the figures. The guy who did that, they fired. That's some bull. But you know, listen, I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you a story because I don't want people to think the next portion of this video is me dunking on people. No. Because I'm gonna tell you a story. This is a time. Your boy Drunken Prime. I told a story previously about the time I got laid off. Let me tell you a story about the time I actually physically got fired from a job. So, quite a few years back, I was working at a bank. I was in my 20s, my late 20s, and I was working at a bank, and I was working at a branch where literally we were like the Bulls in the 90s, man. Like my manager was like Michael Jordan, my assistant manager was like Scottie Pippen, and I was like freaking Dennis Rodman. I was the wild card guy. Like it was an amazing experience. And we were just, you know, we were a cocky group because we could back it up. And the regional manager hated us. Well, in particular, he hated me because he thought, you know your role, basically. And one of the big things that we did was we got this contract for one of the larger construction companies in our area. And the guys would come in every Friday. All the construction workers would come in every Friday, and they would cash their checks. And I would work the line trying to get more stuff out of them, trying to get more investment products out of them, trying to get way more stuff out of them. And I mean, it was a fun time. Every Friday for about 2 hours, all these guys would come in and they would be cursing and loud and joking and having a good time. They were so good at just being dudes, like being men. the tellers at our branch would go in the back on their lunch breaks and put on makeup because they knew on Friday they were going to get hit on, and that would just like raise their self-esteem to like a million freaking degrees. And one day the regional manager's there monitoring our branch, and he sees this happened on a Friday, and all these construction workers are there. I'm working the line as always, and they're cursing up a storm, making all the profane jokes and making all these, just having a good old time, laughing and joking. Regional manager sees this, pulls me into the back office with my manager and says, your behavior was unacceptable. You needed to tell those men to stop being like that, and blah, 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 blah. And there's a book called The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. God, I wish I read that book right before what happened. I really did. I really do wish I read that book back then. I've read it now, but I wish I'd read it back then. And one of the rules is never outshine the master. Because what happened next was, oh God, I outshined the master. Yo, I tore this dude up. I was like, dude, you don't fucking know what's going on. We're the number one branch. We're the best team you have. You should be thanking us for getting these people here and blah. Oh, I went in on this dude, and this dude looked at me. This soft beta male motherfucker looked at me with that look. And, I wish I knew the look. I knew the sabotage was coming. Fast forward a month, I get an email from HR saying I've been transferred to a different branch. Not just any branch, the branch we called the dead zone. It literally was like the worst performing branch in the entire region. And he transferred me there. He transferred me there. And I went to that branch, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna turn these lemons into lemonade, baby. And I went out there. I was working the neighborhood. I did everything humanly possible to make this branch fly as best I could. And I just didn't come close to the goals I used to hit. And the regional manager comes in and he says, oh man, you're not doing that well, and we're worried about your performance, so you know what, we're just gonna have to let you go. And sure shit stinks, he fired me. And he did it because I outshined him that one time, and I got fired. And I'm fine with that. You know what, life is what it is. I got fired. But yeah, so I don't want people to think I'm dunking on them. It's like, listen, I've been fired, I've been laid off. Listen, if you're at Hasbro and you get laid off, once again, I've said it before, this is not the end. Don't let it get you down. If you got fired on a Friday, go have some drinks on Friday, go have some drinks on Saturday, maybe hit brunch, and go get drunk on Sunday. Do it. Go have fun. Enjoy yourself. And then turn around and get back at it. But with that, for the SJWs, for the woketards, man, good. I'm glad you got fired. Yo, seriously, I'm so glad you got fired. Like, I'm just glad if you got fired and you're like a SJW, if you're a Caucasian individual and you go up to black people and say, I'm an ally, I hope you got fired. If you go up to a Latino person and say, oh, I'm an ally, or you think they're all immigrants, I hope you got fired. I hope so. I hope you got fired. If you're one of these people who thinks that, like, there might be, more than, I don't know, 2 genders, I hope you got fired. I hope so. I hope that if you're non-binary, you got fired. I hope so. I hope you got fired. Oh God, I hope you got fired. I hope that takes you to whatever place of unemployment you decide to go to. Like, I hope you got fired. If you're a Karen and you just want to cry about everything and run to somebody's manager, I hope you got fired. Seriously, I hope you got fired. Like, if you're one of these women who was a vice president but still cried about the patriarchy, I hope you got fired. I hope if you were a woman and you were making, $250,000, $300,000 a year, but yet the patriarchy was holding you down, I hope you got fired. So then you could blame the patriarchy. I hope you got fired. Oh God, I hope you got fired. Like, all the good Hasbro, the good people, the people who were productive, the people who actually gave a damn, and you fired them, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because you need great people to have your company continue to be great. And I'm noticing that that's not happening. I'm noticing that's not occurring. So I'm wondering, is it me, or do you just have this, the people upstairs, they just have a fetish for women who think it's okay for a man to punch them in the face so long as that man identifies as a woman. Oh my God. Like, seriously, at Hasbro, I wonder at their headquarters, do the women's bathrooms have urinals? I'm wondering. These are the questions that come across my mind, that come across my brain. Because these are the people that need to go. We need people who are just down to do their jobs. I'm all for you unloading dead weight. Every company should want to unload dead weight. And most of these people who sit behind a desk screaming about their sexual preference, they need to go. I don't get to sit behind a desk. I'm married to a woman. I'm straight. I don't get to sit around behind a desk and scream about my sexual preference. So why should you? Do your fucking job. Yo, that's my only thing. You could do whatever you could be whoever you want, love whoever you want. I don't care. Just do your fucking job. And I feel like that's the disconnect with a lot of these companies. They hire a bunch of these jacks from these universities with their degrees in fucking cake baking, and they're like in fucking frisbee throwing and international kite competitions. They hired these people. Their company goes to shit, and then the people are like, well, why are you firing me? Because you're shit. You're shit. Seriously, you're shit. I'm lucky that I work at a place where as soon as these people come along, we identify them and say, yeah, I don't know if they're going to be a good fit for what we're trying to do. That's how we evaluate it. Are you going to be a good fit for us? Or are you going to be one of these people that's going to be parking your car at HR and just jumping out and immediately complaining about every single thing that every single person said at every single time? We don't have that problem. We just do our jobs. We go out there, we do our jobs. And so I get mad when I hear about good people getting fired, good designers, good idea people. I hate the concept of them being fired for no reason. Keep the people that make sense. Go get them back. Keep the people that make sense. Get rid of the dead fucking weight. But anyway, with that, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure you check out the community tab. I post deals as they come along. I also post pre-orders as they come up and restocks as I come across them. Also check out the Amazon affiliate link in the description. With that, be safe, be good. And this is Drunken Prime, cracking open another beer and signing off.